Hello again, friends, and welcome to the bonus video for February. Um, I can't believe we're through another month. Pretty exciting. That well, yeah, I think it is exciting. As I've said numerous times this month, the evenings are getting lighter, and the days are getting longer. It's just we have. It kind of feels like we have more time. I'm because of my, or in part at least because of my ADHD, it often feels like there's not enough hours in the day to do all the things I need to do. Between work and trying to kind of keep house and that kind of thing, and I feel like when it's light, it feels like I can do more things. When it gets dark, I just want to kind of hunker down and I don't know. It's clearly a psychological thing, but no, I think it's nice, and hopefully it's going to be warmer. I don't want full on heat wave summer, but I struggle to function in the cold. Hand warmer. I'm still very chilly from my time waiting. But I have a thing for you. So for Valentine's Day, my very lovely boyfriend, he got me. He knows me very well. I'm not a traditional person necessarily when it comes to gifts. I think I've absolutely mentioned before that I'm a spooky human. I obviously love cats, as I've told you, and I unwrapped my gift, and he had gifted me this incredibly cute ghost cat candle. It will never be lit. I couldn't. I love candles, as you can see in the background. And just it's got a little heart nose. I don't know if I can get that. I don't know how people get it to focus. No, I can't. But it's absolutely precious. I adore it. And it was from somewhere in Sheffield. I can't remember where. What does it say on the box? Sheffield Ghost Candle. And my camera is absolutely atrocious. But on the box it said each candle comes with a Sheffield ghost story. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I pulled out this, and I started reading, and I was like, no. And he was like, and I said, if it's okay with you, I was like, I think I would like to save this and make it my bonus video of the month for February. And he was very fond of the idea. So here we are. So friends, this month's story, as it is, a short story, one side of A4, comes to us from the Sheffield Ghost Company. It is entitled The White Lady of Wadsley Common. So get comfy, and I shall begin. It was the night before New Year's Eve, 1812, when tragedy struck the common. There, on the bleak, wild moorland, stood a lonely cottage, my apologies. The home of Loomis Revel, gamekeeper to the lord of the manor, his wife Mary Revel, and their new baby. On this ill-fated night, storm clouds hung low, a blizzard raged, and a thick covering of snow enveloped the quaint cottage. Mary Revel stoked the fire and watched the flickering flames dance as she cradled her sleeping baby. She sang sweet lullabies and awaited the return of her husband until she too drifted off into a deep sleep. Next morning at sunrise, a friend from the neighbouring hamlet came by to share New Year's blessings. She knocked on the cottage door and was answered by the fraught cries of the infant. When no one came to the door, she lifted the rusty latch, pulled the creaking door open, and stepped inside. Her eyes widened as she took in the scene of horror, for there before her lay Mary Revel in a dark pool of her own blood, murdered. The distressed baby lay beside, safely, in his crib. The woman raised the alarm, and soon locals flocked in attempt to solve the mystery of the slain woman. A trail of footprints, partially obscured by the snow, led away from the cottage, over the moors, beyond the crags to a small cave, but the cave was empty, and strangely, no footprints could be seen leaving. And the moorland mystery remained just that, a mystery. Locals speculated over the whereabouts of Lomas Revel on the night the slaughter took place, but he maintained that he had spent the night in the gamekeeper's cabin deep in the woods, as the storm was too fierce to brave. He remained in the cabin, leaving the cottage to ruin, and he himself became more dishevelled and reclusive with each passing year, until he was eventually found, hanged on the anniversary of his wife's death, in the very cottage she was slain. Today the cottage and the cave are no more, but the events of that bitter night have been far from erased. For if you are to walk the common, you may just see the ghost of Mary Revel gliding silently through the trees and over the rugged crags, arms raised above her head, hopelessly searching for her baby. I've given myself goosebumps. That was great. I am fond of a good ghost story. And I don't think that disappointed. I hope you enjoyed that, friends. Oh yeah, this made me all shivery. Thank you, friends. Yeah, even though it's been a bit of a stressful evening, being kind of stranded with my shopping, trying to get a taxi, coming home and being able to read for all of you, I feel quite lucky that we've crafted this little corner of the internet. Yeah. If you are enjoying our time together and you can think of anybody else who may also enjoy, please feel free to share this with them. Any likes, subscribes, all of that kind of stuff is greatly appreciated. I would love to share what I do with more people. So yeah, feel free. I am going to go and put the rest of my shopping away and figure out something for dinner, because I now have too many choices and decision paralysis is going to set in. Can't win. Yeah. Thank you, friends. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday evening. And I will see you tomorrow for day 60 and the 1st of March. Good night.